Hello, my lovely, lovely, lovely people. I hope you're having a great day. I am for sure, and I just love the way that I feel right now. Um, and so yesterday I had my second session, and I had a really big lesson that I learned yesterday. So, as far as it is for the session went really, really, really good. It's a little bit even easier when you have the second session because you establish that first day the contact with your clients and you get to know them a little bit better, and you have some kind of beginning, right, that you move from. So it was really good. I forgot to mention that after the first session, I did send them the follow-up email later in the week, just to remind them what we were talking about. And for every client, it was different because not every client is the same. Not every client has the same issue. So for every client, I made separate email and addressing the issues and giving my advice about it, and giving some tools that they can use. If those tools are not working for them, we can find something else that is going to work, and that's where we are. So yesterday I asked my ladies, how did they like my email? Did it hit the spot? And was it okay for them? So I got really positive feedback, and they told me that I'm doing good. So I'm like, yay, I'm doing something good. So it just put me in this place where I feel great. I just feel great because I feel I'm on the right track, and I hope I'm going to stay in this place for forever, basically. Okay, at least for most of the time. So that's the goal. Also, I so one big lesson that I learned yesterday. I do have in my group coaching three ladies, and one of the ladies was not there yesterday, and I did send her extra email asking, oh, how come didn't come? Did something happen? Like, I hope everything is okay. And then she replied that she misunderstood. That she understood that we are not having the session. So to give you the small backstory, when I decided to do these sessions, I gave the dates. The dates were November 21st, November 23rd, and November 28th. So 21st and 28th of November are Mondays, and November 23rd is Wednesday. And I live in Canada, as most of you already know. So one of the ladies told me, like, she is interested, but she cannot commit because November 23rd, so Wednesday, it's a day before their Thanksgiving in USA. So, and it would be a little bit difficult for her to attend. And then I was like, okay, just we can go around it. Just confirm that you want to come, and then we can go around it. She didn't, but one of my clients is from USA, and I knew about that. When I understood that she's from USA, on my first session, I asked my ladies, do you mind if we just switch this session from that Wednesday to the third Monday? So these three sessions are going to be three Mondays in a row. And all of them said yes, that they don't mind, that's okay for them. And I was like, okay, so then we're just going to switch the Wednesday session to the Monday after the 28th. So 21st and 28th of November are in place. And they were all okay for that, about that. And then one of the ladies that didn't come, she sent me an email, and last week it was one of those busy weeks where you don't have time to really sit down and think about things. So everything was on the move for me. And she sent me an email on Wednesdays asking, are we going to have a session today or not, or do we have some other group? And I'm like, no, no, no other groups for now. The session for today is scheduled for is postponed until December 5th, because one of the ladies that is in the group, as you know, is from USA, and they have Thanksgiving. So we agreed on that. She was like, okay, okay. And that was it. And then on Monday, yesterday, she was not here. And she did send me um, a screenshot of that message that I said that that session was scheduled for December 5th. Somehow she understood that this session number 2, from November 28th, is also canceled, which was never mentioned anywhere. But I understand how somebody can come to that conclusion, and how this, miscommunication happened. So one of the things that I when I went through the coachings for a new coach, one of the things that they mentioned is like, be extra clear. Don't assume anything. When you are talking about something and they agreed to it, be extra clear, putting in writing, and putting in writing like few times, not once. And I messed this part. Basically, I messed this part because they did said that. So I just want to say one thing, really important thing. So we all do have lives. We all do have stuff going on in our heads all the time. And sometimes, including me, because I found myself doing that a few times already. Sometimes when something is said to me, it doesn't really stick, and it doesn't really sink in. So I understand something completely different, because I'm there only on superficial basis, let's say like that. For example, I had a situation even today. I went to help one lady with her church fundraising. We were making pierogies, and I said, I have a couple of hours, I can help you. And she sent me the address, and me just glancing at the address, I didn't really gave myself not permission. I was not thinking about really looking at the address and then putting it and where I need to go. So instead of 13th Avenue, I have put 13th Street. And of course, I went to the wrong address. And then I called her, and she's like, oh, it's not street, it's avenue. And I'm like, oh, oh, oh. And it's so similar. But our brain is so focused on making quick assumptions that sometimes you have to double check. You have to double check, and it happens to everybody. And just because we are aware that it happens to everybody, and when you are in a situation where you are a life coach, or basically any situations where you have people coming in for some schedule meetings or what, you need to do that extra precaution to remind them and to give them clear instructions again, as if they have never heard it before, which I didn't in this case. And this happened that this lady was not there, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to try to get her one on one, because I don't want her missed out on anything. But it happens, and it was a big lesson to me and for me. And yeah, it's really important to be extra careful and just be persistent. Sometimes when you, if you are like me, if I'm sending you almost the same message again, I feel like, oh my God, I'm going to bother you again with the same stuff. But now I see why that is really important. So it's really important to be extra careful, and, establish the rules, or whatever the the thing that you were discussing and you agreed upon. You need to establish that and put everything in writing, and just remind people few times, because people forget. We all forget. We I read somewhere that people have a worse attention span than a fish. So just so you know, we're like, what's the next thing that's going to grab our attention? So basically, we are not the best in keeping our attention to one thing. We're just all the time like this, going like this, seeing something new, some new shiny objects. So keep in mind now of that. So that would be also my lesson for you for today. And yeah, that was my second session with these ladies, and I'm so happy because it's going good, and I can see myself easing up in it, and it's I was not so much in my head as I was the first session. So it's a little bit easier. And I know it's going to get even better and easier as time goes by. And I'm just so excited about it. And of course, I'm going to let you know how the third session goes also. So that's it from me for today. If you don't want to miss my new videos, please do hit subscribe, hit like, because that means that I'm doing something good, and there are people who can get something out of my videos, and it means a lot to me. It means that I'm not just wasting my time talking to the camera and looking at myself, which I'm not always, I have to be honest, thrilled about, as most of us are. But I'm okay now with that. I come to terms that it is what it is, and I'm okay with what it is, and let's move forward. So yeah, hit like, subscribe, and of course, if you do have any comments, if you want to ask me something, please do. The comments are there, and also do find my group on Facebook. It's Being Great Being, and just join. I do put a lot of things there also, but some posts that I cannot put here. So see you next week, and let's see how that goes. Bye bye for now.